Darren, before I get to Anton, who do you hold most culpable for the state of affairs involving Black America at this point in time?
I think it's a combination of a lot of different things, but it's a confluence of the lack of leadership on the federal level, starting with President Trump. And then I think the second part of it is that we've got to be more emboldened to hold the elected officials accountable. You can't just come in our communities and tell us things that we want to hear. We got to make sure that when we elect you, particularly Black women, who is the backbone of the Democratic Party, we got to make sure that we hold them accountable, and not just Democrats. We got to get into those rooms with Republicans too, and don't let them off the hook. So I think it's a confluence of a lack of leadership on the federal and state level, but also making sure we hold our Black leaders more accountable to make sure that they deliver on what they promised us.
Anton, when I would ask you the same question, what do you believe the state of Black America to be at this particular moment in time? Who do you hold most culpable for it?
I'm not sure exactly what he means by fluid. And I'm assuming that he defined that based off of the different parameters by which he spoke about the Black community. However, I think I agree with him, except for I would describe it as in shambles. Worse off than we've ever been, freer than we've ever been. And the fact that we're willing to blame Trump, although we've had decades of opportunities, Black cities, you look at some of the blackest cities in the United States of America, Memphis, for example, was in shambles and they needed Trump's help. And I think that there's a lack of accountability and victimhood. And as long as we continue to promote that it's somebody else's fault, I was looking at Juneteenth in Chicago, right? And you had over 7 people killed and 36 people shot. And while we were focusing on whether or not Asians and white people, whether it's Carmelo Anthony or Cyrus Carmack, is responsible and if they should go to jail or not, in every city across America, especially where predominantly Black people live, you don't have to kill each other, but there's drive-bys, and there were over 113 shell casings where 12 people were shot on Juneteenth itself. And so when I look at the state of the Black community, it has nothing to do with the political landscape. It has everything to do with self-accountability, regardless of whether or not you're picking the right curriculum, if you want to go to college or you want to go to community college. Healthcare, I don't think that we're concerned about it. Self-care, I don't think that we're concerned about it. And more importantly, I think that we're more concerned about self-care with regard to promoting ourselves and the culture that's the worst for us versus taking accountability for the state that we have ourselves in. We don't have to have children out of wedlock. We don't have to put ourselves at a disadvantage, and we don't have to have children in poverty. And we have more technological advantages as far as research and understanding of the past than we've ever had before. But for some reason, we're still worse off when we continue to vote the same way while requesting nothing from politicians and letting women lead us to the polls. And that is the direct result. You're seeing it transpire inside of the Black community.
Well said. Well said. Couldn't have said that any better myself. Like, it's crazy to think that there are some Black folks who just still want to play this blame game. Oh, well, it's Trump's fault. Trump just got here. We've been seeing some of these issues. Trump don't run Chicago. I got a video coming on that situation today as well, if I haven't uploaded it already. But yeah, it's just so ridiculous to keep pointing the finger at everybody else except for our darn selves. Oh, it's the white person. It's and that is the reason why we're in this position. Because instead of pointing the finger back at ourselves, you got some Black folks who just continue to want to blame everybody else, and then, as Anton said, continue to vote the same way. And you've gotten the same exact results every single time. I mean, look at you name the predominantly Black city that Democrats run, and it is overrun with crime. Every single one of them. Every single one. It's ridiculous.
Black people can't take responsibility for our own actions and decisions because that means no more free handouts. That means no more bullying people into validate something that they're not seeing from us. That means no more blaming white people for the reason as to why your shit is not together. Black people run from accountability as if you done sucked a whole bunch of dogs behind us. You tell a Black person, oh, well, we need to fix this in our community. Then it goes into, oh, but that's not all Black people though. That's common fucking sense. Y'all keep trying to hide y'all piss poor decisions and poor behavior behind black people who's actually trying to uphold the black community. The issue is y'all are some Susie choosy ass black people. Y'all pick and choose when you stand for individualism and when you stand for community. When it comes to taking some accountability, all of a sudden, oh, but it's not all black people. No, we know it's not all black people because it ain't me, but it's most definitely you. So can you take accountability? Black
100% facts. 100% facts. Run from accountability like there's a bunch of dogs. That's facts. I mean, it's the truth. It is the 100% truth, and it's about time that somebody starts saying it. Somebody got to say it, because it's just gotten absolutely ridiculous out here with these folks blaming anybody and everybody except for themselves. The white man didn't put you in that position. As Anton said, the white man didn't make you have a child out of wedlock. It's not their fault. It's yours. You made that decision. You made that choice. So, yeah, I got some more, though.
In the next 2 to 3 years, hip hop is not going to exist. And the World Cup is the reason why. Currently, the World Cup is going on here in America, and you got a whole bunch of white people and other people who have traveled from their respective countries to America to enjoy the World Cup. And that is exactly what they're doing. You have people from all walks of life who have come to America to watch the World Cup and partake in American culture. And they are doing just that. And the number one thing they are not encountering is black fatigue or the activities that lead to that. And I think what you guys are going to see when this is all over, you're going to have a bunch of people around America from all walks of life, Asian, Hispanic, white, whatever. They're going to be between the ages of like 12 and 25. And they are going to look back at 2026 World Cup America, and they're going to yearn for that. They're going to want more of that. And they're going to do whatever they need to do to get more of it. And there's not going to be a whole lot that they can do. And they're going to look at the one thing that allowed them to have peace and happiness and some semblance of fun and joy. And they're going to say, we got to get rid of black culture. And they're going to say that because they are experiencing what could be if black culture is restrained. Keep in mind, I'm not saying all black people are bad. I'm not trying to race pander or anything like that. I'm simply saying, I don't know if black people are just being on their collective best behavior, or if the cops have been given special instructions with how to handle black culture. But whatever the case might be, people are seeing what is possible when black culture is restrained and everybody else's culture is allowed to go out there and have some fun. And it's going to be glorious to them, and they're going to want more of it. Now, keep in mind, hip hop started with a moment. It started with one song. I think it was like Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five or something like that. It's called The Message. That was the song that kicked it all off. Well, just like hip hop was started with one particular moment, it can be ended in one particular moment. And I think this World Cup is going to be the moment. Keep in mind, rock and roll, same thing. People just collectively woke up one day and they were over it, and it all just evaporated. You don't hear any popular rock and roll right now. So just like a thing can get started, it can be ended. And I think the fun and the joy that people are having, devoid of whether you want to call it black culture, black fatigue, whatever the case might be, the fun and the joy that people are having without black folks acting up, they're going to want more of it. And they're going to say, they're going to press the delete button on hip hop culture so they could have more of this in the next 2 to
I mean, she's got a little bit of a point there. She's got a point, right? And I actually had this conversation with some homies the other day. Like, we were out somewhere, and some what's a PG way I can say this? There's a difference between black people and niggas. Put an N in front of that. Okay, I'm gonna keep it PG. There's a difference between a black person and a nigga. Okay, like I said, put an N in front of nigga. All right, and some of those types of individuals, some niggas, walked into where we were at, and I'm like, I asked my homie, like, you know them? Like, what's going on? Like, because I don't associate with them. I stay as far away as possible from them because there's nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Every single time. There was a Carnival Cruise video that I think went viral recently. Bunch of niggas fighting. It just every single time. You cannot have a good time when there's those types of individuals in the vicinity. You just can't. There's going to be a fight. Somebody's getting shot, and somebody may not make it home that night. Guarantee it. Every single time. Every single time. So whenever I see that there's those types of individuals, I'm out. I'm out of there. Leaving. And if I pull up somewhere and see them already there, we're going to keep on rolling. We ain't even stopping. Nope. Nope. We're going to keep on rolling. No, sir. No, sir. Cannot do it. Ain't happening. Just the way it is. Just the way it is. Let's hop into this next clip, though.
The legacy of slavery, oh, we deserve reparations, all this nonsense. To the extent that you do that, you sound pathetic. Listen, I used to be homeless. I used to live out of my car. I know what it's like to be down on your luck and having not 2 pennies to rub together. And it's through conventional means that I was able to make something of myself, where I now run a plumbing company, where I now run a film company. I didn't do it by going through some government program. I didn't do it by leaning into this. No, I did it by being a man. That's what's responsible. That's what's required of us. In keeping with Booker T. Washington, in keeping with Joseph H. Jackson. I could be a protester today because I felt sorry for myself and the government owes me something. No, the conditions that led to my homelessness was done by yours truly. And yes, I may have been dealt a bad hand in this area or that area of my life, but at the end of the day, it's up to the victim to get himself up, to take advantage of his opportunities. All we're doing, Austin, is we're feeding into this kind of woe is me mentality that doesn't breed genuine liberty, that doesn't breed genuine equality. All it breeds is more resentment. All it breeds is more issues and disorder and degeneration and all the things. I want to see that turn around. I want to see that begin to shift by people taking personal responsibility. We can
100%. I agree. I mean, across the board, yeah, a lot of people are dealt a bad hand. And welcome to life. Okay? Welcome to life. You aren't the first person that was dealt a bad hand in life, and you aren't going to be the last. Just because you're black doesn't mean that was the reason why you were given a bad hand at life. No, there's white people who grow up poor, destitute, and in bad situations, who grow up with parents that beat the crap out of them. You know, there's Asian people who have the same situation, Hispanics who grew up in the same situation. So it does not matter. Okay? Figure it out just like the rest of them did. Ain't got nothing to do with your skin color. It's crazy. It's crazy. So happy to see more and more folks, you know, calling out the nonsense. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. But I just wanted to share that with you all. Not everybody, okay, is pointing the finger at everybody else. It's beautiful to see, you know. Actually, I got another clip. There we go.
Black people is because they're jealous of black culture. And I sort of find that strange, because what exactly is there to be jealous about? Are they jealous of the music in our culture that glorifies single motherhood, gang violence, and murder? Are they jealous that we as African Americans have some of the highest divorce rates, lowest marriage rates, and some of the lowest two-person household rates? You guys, as a fellow black person, I hate to burst your bubble, but the reason why groups of people do not like African Americans is not because they're jealous of us. It's because our culture has turned into garbage, which creates garbage people. And then those garbage people create garbage acts that make other people not want to be around us. The notion that people do not like you because they are jealous of you is feminine. It shows that the black community does not have proper critical thinking skills to solve problems. So what they do is, in a very feminine way, by the way, is divert blame and shame elsewhere. Because at the end of the day, we are human beings and we want to be communal. But if a human being has poor social and communication skills, they will say and or do anything to justify why they are not liked. And never in my days as a grown-ass man has a group of people not liked me. And I said to myself, the reason why they don't like me because they jealous of me. What kind of sassy shit is that? The reason why you're not liked is probably because you are not likable. And don't get me wrong, you have 2 choices. The first choice is you don't have to change. You can continue being obnoxious, annoying, loud, and disrespectful. But the thing is, you can't get upset when people want you away from them. You cannot say that people are jealous of you because they don't want to be around you. because this is the life that you chose. You chose to express yourself however you want. So now you're going to be by yourself. The second choice is when you say, maybe I have a problem and maybe I'll change. Maybe I won't be able to act however I want, but I'll have a community that backs me at the same time. So changing is up to you. You don't have to change, but you damn sure have to live with the consequences of your actions. And this is why it's very important as functional black men to stand up, because this is what femininity does to a culture. For decades, the black community has been run by women and has been running straight into the ground. So if we want to fix the black community, we need black male leaders who are God-fearing to stand up so we can have a good community again. I hope this helped.
It most certainly did. It most certainly did. I mean, what more can I say, right? What more could I say? He hit the nail on the head. Like, no, people don't want to be around us, not because they're jealous. It's because a lot of us are, quite frankly, unlikable, and we bring about bad situations. We've unlocked a new level of racism. Whoa. Well, that's the plan. We bring about bad situations and circumstances. It's just facts. It's facts. Once again, I don't even like being around niggas, and they look just like me. Okay, so it is what it is, and it ain't gonna change until we stop pointing the finger at everybody else and we start pointing the finger at ourselves. But unfortunately, as we saw with the Carmelo Anthony situation, there's still a lot of black folks who want to point the finger at everybody else. Now, there's also a lot of us now that have woken up to the truth, and that is beautiful to see, and that is why I wanted to highlight, some of these clips. But to be quite honest, it's still not enough. Okay, it's still not enough. We have made some progress, but it is still not enough, unfortunately. But as always, get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.